Let's hear it again for Chelsea.
Of all the glow-ups that I've witnessed in my life, nothing quite compares to the glow-up my mother earned when she divorced my father after 21 long years of marriage. To understand the tree that is my mother, I have to explain the soil in which she was planted. You see, when my mother was 3 years old, her mother, who we not so affectionately call her egg donor, left and never looked back. When we talk about it now, I see my mother so clearly in my head, her tiny right hand on a frosty window pane of a simple white house, her stormy dark blue eyes watering, single cheek dimpled tight with worry and confusion as she watches the taillights fade in the distance. And I see these features so clearly because 17 years later, when she became a mother, she gave them to me. And she made a promise at that time that her children would grow up in a stable and loving home. To achieve this, my mother was determined that we needed to have both parents present in our household. What my mother didn't realize is that by choosing to include my father, this became a goal she could no longer accomplish alone. I will save the specific details of my father's failings as a parent and a husband for my therapist. But I will say that that man spent 21 years scarring her bark and inhibiting the buds from growing on her branches. Where my father thrived, it was because my mother sacrificed. She sacrificed her body to give him 3 children. She sacrificed time, energy, sleep, working 80-hour work weeks, and taking care of her children just to keep us afloat. In the meantime, my father abused and became addicted to prescription pain meds, was unfaithful to my mother, inconsistently attended work, and somehow managed to hemorrhage money from a household that was struggling. For every mile that my mother carried all of us, my father rested for 2. The beginning of the end came when I was about 13 years old. My parents had bought a home with a subprime mortgage, the rapidly increasing variable interest rate, and like many families in the mid-2000s, we didn't make it. So my mom knew that we needed to move on. My father wanted her to stay, wanted her to work even more, the audacity, just to make ends meet. And so she gave him an ultimatum. She said, you can come with us, or you can stay in the sinking ship. And while he ultimately chose to come with us, this was the first time that she dared to challenge the idea that she had that we needed both of them. So fast forward to my senior year of high school, it was about 2 weeks before Valentine's Day. My parents decided they were going to do a trial separation. My dad left. I remember my brothers being so devastated because they still bought into this lie that he presented to the outside world of being this loving and caring family man. I just remember them being so mad at my mom for kicking him out. And as the oldest, I was only mad when she gave in and let him back in. They only lasted for about 9 more months, and actually on their 20th wedding anniversary, they decided officially to divorce. Only this time, he stayed with us. I don't know why my mom did that. But he'd been having an affair that whole time that she didn't know about, continued the affair, even while he was still living with us. But again, same thing before. He begged and pleaded and weaseled his way back in to the point where my mom was doubting whether or not she was even making the right decision. I had had enough. I told my mom about the affair, and he was gone the next day.
Yeah.
You see, I handed my mother the shears, and I instructed her to prune. And for the first time in her adult life, my mother bloomed. Buds became visible on her branches. She updated a wardrobe that hadn't been updated in over 10 years, stopped using box dye, started going to professional hairstylists, and petals became visible for the first time. And then when that judge finally granted my mother that divorce after 21 long years of marriage, my mother blossomed. Looking back now, I think my mother realizes that she had the ability to prune the whole time. But only when she chose to take up the shears was she finally able to bloom.
One more time for Chelsea.